Is that a move? Brent,
Good afternoon, Mayor Rick and councillors. We've had one submission in on the bylaw from Tutiora Public Health. We've made a slight adjustment to the existing bylaw document to include an objective that promotes public health. Apart from that, the document is as read. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Councillor, do you have any questions of Mr Aitken? It's fairly straightforward, been workshopped, been announced time to adopt. So there is a suggested resolution there that the draft solid waste bylaw 2012 be adopted subject to any amendments requested by council. Is there a mover? Move Councillor Kirk, seconded Councillor Hickling. All in favour? Aye. Thank you. Moving to agenda item number 6, Mr Henderson.
I'll take the motion as largely read, although there is a couple of points in this I wish to highlight during what I have to say on the matter. Essentially, the issue is that I'm looking to have the Code of Compliance reviewed because, as 13.1 states, compliance with the Code will be monitored by members collectively and individually. Collectively, this isn't being done. It's being breached on a number of occasions. In particular, in this case, I wish to highlight 8.6, external communications, and there's a couple of examples there. The reason this is a problem is that at the end of the day, we're not giving regard to collective decision making in an open, transparent manner. The first example of this would be the letter which was sent July 9 to MRP, expressing views which specifically state as being those of my fellow councillors, which is sent from the Office of the Mayor. In regard to that, they're not the collective views of councillors, because when that letter was cleared, there was 3 councillors, including myself, who were not present. It required me to write, in regards to myself, to WRC and outline that these were not my views, as they were expressed as being our collective views. Another issue with that letter is it was given to Mike Watson, a reporter from the Dominion Post, before it was given to Peter Buckley, who was the intended recipient of the letter. These issues are all, in my opinion, breaches of the Code of Conduct. The second issue relates to a letter that was sent 21st of June to the participants in the Freedom Camping Workshop, which again states my council and I have informally discussed the matter. Well, again, that's not correct, and it's not a collective view, because I was not at the meeting at which that was discussed, and in fact not just discussed, but a decision was made on it. The agenda item reads possible further workshop discussing freedom camping, specifically not that a decision was to be made at that time. Again, this is not the collective view of all councillors, and again I state that it is not in the spirit of collective decision making of which this council is meant to operate, and is a breach of the code, and on that basis it needs to be upheld and has not by councillors. In conclusion on the matter, I'm seeking a review of the code, because as it remains at present it is simply not being enforced collectively, and I draw your attention to 13.1 that the failure to collectively uphold the code may in itself be a breach of the code.
Councillor Henderson moves the motion. I ask for a seconder.
No, I don't second.
You seconded that,
no,
Councillor Craig?
Can we ask a question?
I've asked for a seconder first, please.
No, okay.
Do I have a seconder, please? I'll ask one more time. Without a seconder, the motion fails. One more time. Do I have a seconder, please? There being no seconder, we will break for afternoon tea. The motion is lost. Thank you.